Chapter 1: The Vacancy. The Lambert Hotel had been closed for over 20 years. Built in 1923, it once stood proudly in the heart of Caraway, a sleepy, fog-veiled town where time seemed to stretch long and slow. The hotel was famous for its opulence and infamous for its disappearance from the public registry. Nobody remembered why it shut down. It just did. Like someone turned off a switch and the world agreed to forget. But this fall, it reopened under new ownership. New wallpaper, new staff, new branding, the same old bones. Sam Everly was a travel writer, or at least that's what she told herself. In reality, she ran a forgotten blog and made YouTube videos about hidden gems that got a few dozen views at best. Still, the opportunity to stay at the newly opened Lambert for free in exchange for a review felt like a win. The front desk was marble. The chandelier glowed soft amber. Bellboys in red coats walked as if on puppet strings. Everything was pristine. And then the clerk handed her the key. "Room 616, he said. "Top of the north wing, end of the hall." Sam blinked. "I thought the rooms only went up to 610. The clerk hesitated. "616 is special. We hope you enjoy your stay." He did not smile. Chapter 2. The elevator creaked as it rose. By the time it reached the 6th floor, Sam was already annoyed. Her suitcase had lost a wheel, and the hallway lights flickered like a bad film reel. She passed rooms 601 through 610. Then the hallway curved. A longer corridor stretched ahead, narrower, dimmer. The carpet pattern changed from floral to geometric, sharp lines, almost like arrows pointing forward. Room 616 stood at the end. The brass numbers on the door looked melted, like they'd been exposed to extreme heat. She unlocked it and stepped inside. It was cold, not just in temperature, but in presence. The room was meticulously clean, but there was a staleness to the air, like it had been sealed for decades. The bed was freshly made. There was a desk, a mirror, and a small armchair by the window. Everything looked standard, but the layout felt wrong, as if it had been designed by someone who didn't understand how rooms worked. The bathroom door faced the headboard. The closet opened the wrong way. The light switch was 3 inches lower than normal. She dropped her suitcase and went to open the curtains. The view was bricked up. Literally. A wall of old red bricks sat inches behind the glass. Chapter 3. The Peephole. That night, Sam ordered room service. A sandwich that arrived too quickly. The bellhop didn't speak. She sat in bed, laptop open, typing notes. She mentioned the strange layout, the silent staff, the bricked window. She joked that it felt like a horror movie set. At midnight, she heard it. Knock, knock, knock. She froze. Another knock, coming from her side of the door. She peeked through the peephole. No one was there. She opened the door. The hallway was empty. But just before she closed it again, she noticed something odd. The room number plate was gone. Where it had been nailed in was now just 2 holes and a burn mark. And when she looked back through the peephole from the inside, she saw an eye staring back. Chapter 4. The Night Whispered. She didn't sleep. At 3:12 a.m., the sink turned on by itself. At 4, the lights flickered in a perfect rhythm. Short, long, short, long, long, short. Morse code? She wrote it down and Googled it in the morning. Stay here. Sam tried to get a new room. The clerk stared at her like he didn't understand the request. You're already checked in, Miss Everly. Room 616 is yours, she insisted. He repeated the same sentence, the same words, the same cadence, the same flat stare. The hotel manager wasn't available. No one else seemed to care. That night, the peephole was covered from the outside. Chapter 5. Hallway that moves. On the 3rd day, Sam decided to leave. She packed her bag, checked out online, and rolled her suitcase to the elevator. But when she pressed the button, it didn't light up. She pressed again. Nothing. She took the stairs. They went down 1 floor, then curved back up. When she tried to go to the 1st floor, she ended up at the 7th. She walked the hall, confused, until she saw the door. 616, her room. At the end of the 7th floor mock, she went back down. This time, she ended up on floor 5, then 8, then 6 again. The hotel wouldn't let her leave. By nightfall, exhausted and scared, she returned to the room. The bed was made, and someone had written on the bathroom mirror in steam, "You've been here before." Chapter 6. The Mirror Crack. Sam began documenting everything. She filmed the hallway shifting. She recorded the peephole eye. She live-streamed the whispers, but each time she reviewed the footage, it was blank, normal, empty. Her laptop refused to connect to Wi-Fi. Her phone battery drained in minutes. On the fourth night, she woke up to the sound of laughter. Children. She looked under the bed, nothing. She opened the closet, there was no back wall, just black space, and deep inside, a breathing sound. The mirror above the desk cracked slowly from the inside, and her reflection stopped mimicking her. Chapter 7. Occupied room 616 was never listed on the hotel's website. Sam found a guest book in the drawer. It was empty except for a single name. Eli Thatcher, 1961. She searched the archives. Eli Thatcher had been a journalist investigating disappearances at the Lambert Hotel. He vanished without a trace. His room number was never reported, until now. That night, Sam opened the closet again. It led somewhere else. She stepped in. The carpet changed. The walls bled. A hallway stretched forward with dozens of doors, each marked 6116. She opened one. Inside was her room, but she was already in it, sleeping, and something stood at the foot of the bed, watching. Chapter 8. No checkout. Sam ran. She ran through rooms, through doors that led to each other in infinite loops. The hotel bent around her like a living maze. Time broke. She saw herself at check-in. She saw herself asking the clerk to change rooms. And finally, she saw herself checking out, smiling, free. But that Sam turned around and her eyes were all black. She wasn't leaving. She was the next keeper. The real Sam collapsed. When she woke, the mirror was whole again. Her bag was gone. The window was clear. It showed the city, cars, people. But the door now bore a new plaque. Caretaker, room 66, silent room. The Lambert Hotel remains open. Guests come and go. None remember room 16. None ever see it. But sometimes, when the hallway is long and the light flickers, someone finds it. Just for a night. And if they stay, they never leave. Not really. They become part of the room. They become the next eye in the peephole.